Maybe, Tyson, if we could just start with maybe the event that brings us here on partner of SuperSport United, and it looks like they're going to be sponsoring Bafana Bafana. Just how great are these sponsorships for South African football?
Personally, for me, I think it's a great partnership with Bafana Bafana because I think probably it's the first time ever that our national team, has been sponsored by a digital company. Also like even Fabian has said. In terms of doing match analysis and everything, reading of the players and everything. Now social media has taken over. Um, Digital platforms, gadgets have taken over because you are able to gather a lot of information about each player and then you send it to that each player for them to watch it even when they're traveling.
And maybe, what would you say that this Bafana Bafana has gotten right as opposed to previous Bafana Bafanas?
Honestly, for me personally, I think there's a lot of togetherness. There's a lot of togetherness in terms of the spirit around the team. I've heard that a lot of people have said that, yeah, it's because Sundowns has a lot of players there who've been played in Champions League. That's in the starting lineup, having a lot of them, has helped our national team. But besides that, when you look at the very same Mamelodi Sundowns players, you look at them, Ronwen, Tabes, Aubrey. Those are the players that had already had experience at Bafana, when they've started, and they bring that leadership within the team, as even with the previous Bafanas 3-4 years back, they bring that together in a team, and you can see how they can also manage the game compared to the previous Bafanas. So that's my observation from the team.
How has this honor partnership helped you guys at SuperSport?
Well, I see for us, not only yes, there is a financial boost in it. Besides players getting phones, there is a financial boost in terms of getting new players, for the season and everything. And for it to sponsor Bafana Bafana shows that they've arrived in South Africa and they're showing impact in everything in South Africa.
We speak of SuperSport United. I think we can't run away from what has happened. Coach Gavin gone. Also, a coach that you know very well. Just what was the reaction from the players when the news broke?
Don't mean to be rude, but we were told not to say anything about that.
But
Don't mean to be rude.
is it a loss for South African football that a coach like Gavin Hunt is not active in the league?
No comment about Gavin. Thank you.
When you speak about leadership now, going back to the Bafana thing, someone like Percy is now getting his 50th cap today. Somebody that you played with alongside in the national team. How important is it for a squad to have those players with a lot of experience? Because I think in recent years we've thrown a lot of players away before their sell-by date. Someone like Teko Modise, for example, like we're always moving on to the next phase or project of players. How important is it to keep those players?
I think it's very important to keep those experienced players, around the team. You look at Ronan Williams, and you look at the caps that he has now. Like you would think that he should be probably over 60. And having Percy Tau there, yes, there will be a loss of form and everything, but he's been there, he has done it, he has played in African football. Having him there, it's very crucial to have. A lot of players also, I've seen also a lot of players are approaching to that 50-year club, and I think it's very important for the youngsters also to be coming, like I mentioned earlier on, with your Aubrey Modiba, your Mokwena. Even when we had all those players like your Itumeleng Kun and everyone, myself too, your Andy Lejalis, they were coming, and it's not a surprise that they're approaching to 50. So having those experienced players, it's very crucial.
You find yourself in unfamiliar position on the long tackle. How has this break helped you in terms of preparing for the restart of the league?
Obviously, there's refreshing the team, and that's what the main thing for us is just to play the next game. That's all.
And just on the centre back, the position that you play, Bafana, we have Siabo and Ngezana who's up this game. Let's just take on him and him cementing his place in the Bafana centre.
I think we have a lot of depth now in that centre back position. Also youngsters, and seeing Sia Ngezana and doing well for himself and representing the country, you know, playing in biggest leagues in the world, you know, and then you look at the partnership that we've had, the teams and the defenders that we've had during the AFCON, you know, seeing Mvala doing so well and being physical and everything, and now having Sia while Mvala is not there, you know, it shows the depth that we have in that centre back position.
Thank you.